And this one is on May 23rd. So May 16th, May 23rd. One is in Los Angeles and one is in New York. Ay, ay, ay. Who is this? It can't be. Yeah. So is this Christina Applegate? That can't be Christina Applegate. Seriously? Wasn't she on, is it Married with Children or something like that? Just the other day? Wow. Okay, so Meghan has the Gracie Awards and she has the Women of Vision Awards, and these are both coming up um in May next month. Poor Meghan. Meghan, are you going to these award shows? Whew. What do I think? Well, this is advisors from Meghan and Harry, so I can give all the advice, my 2 cents. I'm giving, it's not even 2 cents. It's like it's half a penny. I'm giving my half a penny with this one. Because Meghan is gonna go. She's gonna go because she has to go almost. It's like, I mean, she's a public figure and she's so brave and she's indefatigable, and I just I just don't know how she does it. I really don't know how she does it because I couldn't do it. Would I have gone if I were in her place? I wouldn't have gone. But I'm just more, I think I'm more, you know, she's much stronger, you know, you know, if there is a God, and it's a big if, in my mind, something is there. It's not a man sitting on his throne dressed in white and waving his magic wand. No, that God is dead for me. It's over. I used to think that, but obviously, no. I do think something is there. I don't know what it is. There's definitely something there. There's no question in my mind. I talk to that thing all the time. I'm like, why in the name of God did you do any of this? Like, who are you? What are you? Where are you? And why did you do this? This is nuts. Only somebody who's completely nuts could have done this, right? Like, what's wrong with you? Why did you do this? And I can almost feel like when I talk to God, in a way, I do think of God as a person still, even though I know that rationally God is not a person. So when I talk to God, I think of God as this person. I'm like, why did you do this? Like I look at the animals in the jungle chasing and killing each other, eating each other, etc. And I'm like, I look in the ocean, even in the ocean, they're doing this. Like, humans are doing this to each other. Why did you create this? Like, this is crazy. Like, existence is nuts. Why did you do this, God? And I feel like God is like, well, God and I, we talk, and I know it sounds crazy to some people. I talk to God as if I'm talking to a person. I'm taking long walks, I'm wearing my mask, nobody can see me. And I'm like literally talking to God. Like, why did you do this? Why? And then you infuse us with the nature that we have, and you expect us to behave differently, or do you? Like, I mean, who does this? And sometimes God just, I can almost feel God laughing, like just laughing at me and thinking that, I'm actually kind of funny. You know what I mean? Because like I really ask the question as if I expect someone to give me like a clear answer about this. That all said, if there is a God, I do think that Meghan was placed in this situation because of all the people that God saw in this combination of humans on the earth at the moment. God felt that she could handle it more than anybody else, because for sure I couldn't handle it. Meghan, I couldn't do this. Meghan, I could not do this. You hear me? I admire your strength. Oh my heavens. And I know that you're probably sobbing in your bathroom sometimes and nobody sees you cry. I know. but still you come out and you face the world with such a beautiful smile and such zen and calmness. And I think that if there is a God, that thing, that entity, that force, whatever it is, or person, God forbid that God is a person, knew that you could do it. I mean, and if you look at everything in your life before you met your husband, and you've had two husbands at this point, and I think the first one, Trevor, I think he also loved you. I think. I could be wrong. I've been known to be very naive and to just misread all of the signs, but I also think he loved you, you know? And but God knew that you were going to meet this man, this second husband of yours, and it was going to be so difficult. But of all the people that God could imagine dealing with this with the kind of dignity and aplomb and calm, you know, it was you, So you should take that knowledge, Megan. Do I call you Duchess of Sussex? I want to get away from using your titles because I think the day is going to come when I'm going to be forced to. So, Megan Mountbatten Windsor, right? When you are in your weakest moments and you're sobbing and thinking, why me? Because there was nobody else who could handle this, Megan. I mean, and everything you've done, I mean, even your decision to take those handwriting courses when you were a young woman in high school was in preparation for the position you were going to find yourself in. And you were just so prepared, and you are so prepared. Now, that all being said, this is really about these two award ceremonies. And I'm saying to myself, as the advisor of Meghan and Harry, I mean, what do I advise here? As I said, my half penny or half cent, whatever advice is don't go. And I know that as I say it, you're just like smiling and you're like, Marion, I've got this. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But like, I wouldn't let them see me for a really long time, right? I mean, even though I would be happy to see you because I'm sure you're going to wear something so enchanting and so pretty, and you're going to say something so amazing, and Harry's going to be so dashing at your side, and it's just so sweet and so cute. I still feel like in your place, I would have sent a representative and I would be just, I mean, not because I was afraid, but just because, it's like life is so very short and so precious. And I just feel like why why put your energy into something that just brings all this negativity. Okay, going to accept the award is obviously positive, and the reasons that you're even getting these awards is so positive and so beautiful, and you should be able to celebrate it. But I feel like you can still celebrate it by sending somebody to collect these awards for you and having them read a beautiful message to the people. I just really, because, some of this too, how do I put this without putting my foot in my mouth? I'm going to put my foot in my mouth. So I'm just going to say it. I shouldn't say it, but I'm going to say it. Sometimes I think that some of these events are going to, you know what? I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. That all being brushed to the side. I do think that we'll have to wait and see what Megan does. But in your place, no, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go, but I would send a representative and with a beautiful note that they would read to the people. And I would just be in my habitat and in my cocoon. But that's not real life, is it, Megan? Like I've stayed in a cocoon for a really long time, and when you come out and you have to sort of deal with people, it's so like you feel like they're beating you up just to interact, just to speak. I mean, my God, it's like my case that I'm trying to do, and I've been gone for so long, in a totally different world and environment, where I'm just surrounded by ducks and little ponds, and just life is so peaceful, and then you try to come out of your cocoon and deal with the real world, and it's really like horrific, Megan. It's horrific, Megan. Yeah. So I say that to say, I mean, maybe if I was dealing with the real world all along, it wouldn't be so horrific. It would be normal. But I just find it horrific. Like I get a fever from this whole experience. And so I don't want to advise you to live in an unrealistic way where you're just hiding away from the world, or you're blocking the world out, and not living your life in the way that you need it to be. You have to live your life the way that it makes sense for you. So I can't impose what makes sense for me onto you. But I can tell you in 2 seconds, there's no way I was going to go to either one of these things. Maybe next year or in 2 years, but not this year. You're not catching me. Look, I wouldn't even go to the Invictus Games. I mean, if I go to Invictus Games, I would stay with Archie and Lily, you know, in some place, and Harry would go out and meet with the people, and I would. But there's no way you'd do that. I know that, but that's how bad it is. Like, I would just be over the whole thing, over this whole public life. Do you know what I mean? You beautiful little thing. Do you know what I mean? You're so strong. You are so strong.